Good morning. Start by writing your name at the top and getting your counters ready and a pencil, and you will also need a red and yellow crayon for today's lesson. So gather those materials so you are prepared for every question. All right, today we're doing lesson 3.5 and it starts on page 143. And it's model and count 8. We're moving on to the next number now. We're up to number 8. And our essential question is, how can you show and count 8 objects? So we are going to start by modeling 7 objects. And when we model, we use our counters. So put 7 counters down on your page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I always like to put them on the page pretending there's an invisible 10 frame there to help me. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're going to show one more to make 8. So if we had 7 and we added one more, we now have 8. Good. And now we are going to draw these. Remember, as you pick up one, draw the counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then our one more to make 8. Good. Now on to the next page. Up top, we're going to place counters just like they had them. So we're going to need both red and yellow sides. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds, and 1, 2, 3 yellows. Let's trace our 8 together. You can say the make an S and close the gate. That's the way to make an 8 as you do it too, to help you remember. And now, how many more than 5 is 8? So we have 5 here. How many more did we have to add to get to 8? So if we have 5, we added 1, 2, 3 yellows to make 8. So right here it says 5, which represents the red counters. 5 red, and how many more did we add? 3. So our number of yellow counters goes second. Now down here, place counters in the 10 frame to model 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you need to take them from up here to finish, that's okay. We're done with that one there. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's what it looks like when there's 8 counters in our 10 frame. Good. So clear that page. And then if you want to count the counter, write the counters in there, you can, but you don't have to for that one. Now flip to the next page here. We have a 10 frame up top and our number EIGHT, our number 8 next to it. We're going to start by tracing the number 8. Make an S and close the gate. That's the way to make an 8. And we've done this before with ways to make 5, 6, 7, and now we're doing ways to make 8. So when we do that, we're going to need our counters, and we're going to put 8 counters up top. Let's start by doing all of them red. So if we're doing all of our counters red, how many red counters do we need? We need 8. So we have 5 because the whole top row is covered. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to draw an 8 here. And then how many yellow counters do we have in this 10 frame? 0. Good. Now, let's just flip over our last one here. Now let's count. How many red counters do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we only have 7. So we have to draw 7 by our red side because we counted the red counters. And how many yellows do we have now? Just 1. And we're going to flip over the next one. Now if we had 7 red counters last time and we took one of those away, how many are we going to have now? Let's see if you know it. Let's see. We've got 5 up top. Remember, if the whole row's filled, it's 5. 6. If you said 6, good job. And then how many yellows do we have now? 1, 2. Let's do it once more. Now before we count them, let's count backwards here. So we have 8, 7, 6. And now counting forwards, we have 0, 1, 2. If we keep that pattern, I bet you could guess which goes here. What numbers go here? Let's start on this side. If we're just counting 0, 1, 2, what comes next? 3. Counting backwards is a little bit more difficult, but I bet you can do it. Let's count together backwards. 8, 7, 6, 5. Now let's double check up here just to make sure we did it right. One thing with math is you always want to double check your work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We were right for red, and 1, 2, 3. That's right for yellow. Good. Clear your page and flip to the next page. All right, up top says Dave sorted sets of balls by color. Count the balls in each set. Which set shows 8 balls? Circle the sets. So you're just going to go through and count these and circle the groups that have 8. I'll do the first 2 with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That had 8 in it, so we're going to circle that set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, that one had 8 too, so circle that. Now you count these 2 on your own. Do they have 8 in them? When you're done with that, move on to number 6. Remember, you can pause me if you're still working. So draw to show what you know about the number 8. So you're going to draw something in here that shows what you know about the number 8. So 8 somethings. On the last page here, the last 2 pages, we have the practice and homework page. So just like before when we used our counters, you are going to do that, but you're also going to color in. So for example, if we did, remember we got to start with red. Let's say we did this one for our first. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 set. Oops, I can't do that. Remember, they have to stick together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we have 8, how many reds did we have? 1, 2, 3. And how many yellows do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then use your crayons to color the matching ones. So we had 3 reds. So in this one, you're going to color red. You can color the whole thing or just a dot. That's fine, whatever you'd like to do. Just don't scribble it all in, okay? Stay inside the lines. And then for 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish that homework page. And then on the back, trace the number and add counters to show 8. So you're going to draw some counters to make 8. On number 2 here, count and tell how many are in each set. Then write the number. So you're just going to count how many, write the number, count how many, write the number. Then you're going to compare and circle the number that is greater. So circle whichever number is a greater number. And for number 3, count and tell how many stop signs, and write it on the line. Then send me a picture of this last page when you're done, okay?